There's no one. Yeah, so how's it guys? Basically, what I'm looking at right now, I'm basically what I'm looking at right now is Solana long. So if you look on the daily chart, you can see when looking at this chart, price is currently at support. So you can see how price tapped into this level. So if you bring this to the left, you can see this is typically an area where we bounce from. So I am actually taking a long from this zone. So I did take a long position from this area. And if you look at the 4-hour chart, this is what the structure is looking like, right? So we have a trend line that's formed from around about this level here, okay? And when looking at this level, you can see the amount of times that price is tapped into this zone, okay? So this is an area where price normally rejects from. So I'm expecting price to tap into this area again, then look for, if it breaks out of the zone, then I'll be looking for a short from this area, I mean a long. If it taps back into the zone and then we get a bounce, then I'll be looking to short. But I am currently long at this area, okay? So this is an area that I'm willing to take a long at. The risk to reward is quite good. It's around about 1:4. And I'm only using around about 10x leverage because the upside is way more than the downside. So yeah, this is the current situation that I'm in. And then Bitcoin, you can take longs from this level over here. And then you target these highs. Your stop loss would just be below this level here. Okay. So this is something that I am looking at right now. Obviously, the market is moving sideways. So what that means is basically the market isn't doing much. We do need to see a breakout to the upside. But it looks like price is more likely to go to the upside than the downside at the moment. But yeah, let's see. This is the position that I did take. So I am in this position here. If you guys want to take this position, basically my stop loss is at 26,775, which is below this wick over here and below this wick. So yeah, this is the position that I'm in. And then take profit is at 26,900 at these highs. Okay. So if you aren't in a position, this is something that you can take. It looks like it's probably going to play out. And then obviously this Solana long over here, looking to take profit at these highs at 21.45. Okay. So yeah, currently just in these two positions. This one, if you haven't entered, you can enter now, because it's still at the entry price. It did go up a bit to 19.93, but obviously it's come back down to the entry price. So it's more of a higher time frame play, so more on the 4-hour chart and the daily time frame. Whereas on the 1-hour time frame, you can see that it's coming back a bit, but obviously throughout the day for the altcoins, I'm a bit more bullish, because the reason why I'm also bullish is based on the fact that when looking at this chart over here, So this is the total to market cap, okay? And it's currently bouncing from support. So when you're looking at this chart, you can see that this was support. We had a bounce, another support here. So every time we've tapped into this level here, we normally see a bounce, okay? So that's why I'm expecting price to come back up to the zone at 582. And that's why I'm expecting the altcoins to move up to there rather than downside, okay? So this is giving me an implication that price is most probably going to be going up today because of it bouncing from the support. So I'm more bullish on the altcoins than Bitcoin, because when you're looking at Bitcoin, let's take a look here. The dominance for Bitcoin, I mean, it's coming down, right? So the whole thing at the moment now is the weekly candle did close, respecting this high, but it could possibly come back down to these lows. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm more bullish on the altcoins than Bitcoin at the moment. But yeah, this is the trade that I'm in. If you guys have just joined, this is something that I've taken. Sorry, move that down. Stop loss would be at like 19.45. Take profit 1 would have to be at these highs over here. Okay, that's your TP1, and then your TP, because essentially this is where we could get a rejection, right? Could get a rejection, come back down to the zone, maybe long again at this area, and then take a position back up to this zone. So yeah. But yeah, currently just only in these two positions for Bitcoin and Solana. If we take a look at the dollar index, okay, so what's interesting to know here for the dollar index is that I'm bearish on the dollar, which is also making me think that I'm bullish on Bitcoin within the day, because when looking at the 4-hour time frame, what actually happened is, price has been moving like this, moving up, and we actually broke this trend line to the downside, and now we're getting rejected from this level. So I'm expecting the dollar to test these lows over here at around about this level. So I'm expecting the dollar to come back down to 102.805. And if it comes back down to this zone, that's where I'll be looking to take profit for Solana, and then obviously Bitcoin. But Bitcoin, I'm expecting price to just tap into the zone over here at 26,900. Yeah. So yeah, that's the current situation. There's not much else really to look at. It's obviously pizza day, so what that means is today is the day when the first pizza was bought. So it was 10,000 pizza for $41, because that was the price back then. Okay, so you can see the price was 0.004 in 2010. So that was when the first pizza was bought. And you can just see that in year 2011, 7, 5.6, and 13th year, which is this year, 26, 738. Okay, so you can see that there's quite a big correlation. Every year, price normally goes up. There's a few down years. So what's important to note here is that you see you have one up here, one down here, then two up years, and then a down here, three up years, down here, two up years, and so what I'm expecting that this year is still going to be an up year, because if you're looking at the correlation and all the different years, it looks that way. So yeah, you can see that 13 years ago, 10,000 Bitcoins was exchanged to buy 2 pizzas, and one Bitcoin can be exchanged to buy 1,000 pizzas today. So it's crazy how that works. But yeah, this is the trade that I'm in. Yeah. If you guys do have any questions, just put it in the chat. But yeah, just basically the Solana long is more of a higher time frame play. So the 4-hour chart is something that I'm looking at. So it was based on the daily time frame and obviously the 4-hour time frame. It's not based on any other one. Obviously, when you day trade, you normally look at the 15, the 5 minutes and the 30 minutes. But based on this was more on the higher time frame. So I'm expecting this to play out within the next day or so, not within today. So that's the current situation. We do have news this week. There's no major news events, but there is some news that we need to take a look at. Obviously today there's nothing. Very, very nice day to be trading, but that's why there's not a lot of volume. Tomorrow we have manufacturing PMI, flash services PMI, so that's going to be quite big. And then on Wednesday we have FOMC meeting minutes, so that's obviously going to bring quite a lot of volume. Thursday we have GDP, so that's obviously quite big. And then obviously Friday is the last day of the week, which is PCE price index month to month. So that's obviously going to bring quite a bit of volume. So it's mainly just Wednesday and Friday, whereas the other days there's not much happening. Okay. So those are the two trades that I am currently in. Obviously at the moment it's just looking very rangy. So what I mean by that is, price is just ranging. Yeah, I mean, if this next 30-minute closes bearish, it's most likely going to come down. But that's why you put your stops below 26,775. Because on the 15 minutes, you can see that price is still respecting this level here. So if it loses this level, then this trade would be invalidated. But at the moment, it's still fine. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, you can see that this on the 30-second chart price there's a lot more sell orders than buy orders, so we do need to keep an eye on that. It's still fine. Yeah, it looks like Bitcoin is coming down a bit. Let's see if we get a bounce from this area, because this is the low on the 5 minutes. So obviously if this low gets taken out, we're most probably going to come down lower. Okay. So that's something that we need to watch out for. That's why you put stops there. Because if it starts losing this level here, then it's most probably just going to come back down to retest this level here. So let's see what happens here. But yeah, at the moment, it's currently still looks fine. It is coming down now. It's weird though, because on the 15 minutes, it did close bullish back above the zone. So that's if it loses this low here, it's most probably just going to come back down lower. But we do have our stops in place. So if it does lose this level. Let's see. But for me, I'm just looking for a short-term trade. It's nothing too crazy. Where this Solana long, it's more a higher time frame play, so on the 4-hour and the daily chart. So I'm only looking for this setup. I'm not looking for any other time frames within this setup. But yeah, that is the current setup at the moment. But let's see. I mean, at the moment, it's just currently still staying in that range, whereas for Solana, it's also just staying in this range. But it looks like price is coming down. I'm thinking the dollar index must be moving up. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the current resistance, right? on the 5-minute. So if it doesn't bounce from the zone, from this level here, then it's most probably just going to come back down. If we take a look left here, yeah, I mean, it has to bounce from this level because this is also the support from over here. Okay, so if we take a look left, right, if we take a look to the left, it has to be bouncing from this level. So we might see price just come back down, grab some liquidity, and maybe potentially move up. Let's see what happens. Looks like price is coming down on 30-second chart. This is the level that price needs to bounce from. So if we see a bounce from this zone at, pretty much 28K, 26,800, sorry, then it's still valid to be in those longs. But if it breaks that level, obviously now we did get taken out there. So that's obviously why we had that stop put in place, because this is essentially taking out the lows, right? So this 15-minute has to close back above this level here, otherwise, price could come back down further. So, but that's why you do put stops in place. Let's see what happens here though. You can see price is coming down now. Same with Solana. But Solana is kind of holding up, which is quite nice. Whereas Bitcoin is obviously getting quite wrecked here. So it has to stay above this 200-day moving average here on the 5-minute. This is obviously the support. So let's see how this closes. I mean, if it closes bearish like this is obviously a bad indication that it's going to go down. But yeah, this is obviously, if we have a look at the chart here, it hasn't lost this level yet though. Once it starts losing this level, then it's obviously an indication of price going to come down. So over here, I mean, it closed respecting it. So basically, because it's closing above this level, it's most probably just going to carry on going up. Okay. But now that it's closed below, it looks like price may come down further. So just be careful if you are in positions here, because this 5-minute is closing in 21 seconds. And obviously that's going to be an indication where we're going to see price. But it looks like we are getting a bounce here. So this is what I'm thinking, right? It's just going to grab liquidity. And if the 5-minute closes back above this level here on the, the 5-minute chart, we're most probably going to see a bounce. But yeah, it's still respecting the 200-day moving average, which is obviously a good indication that we might see price come back up. So if you are in long positions, it's fine, because at the moment, it's still something I'm looking at. So if you guys did just join, we are in the Solana long. Basically, I'm expecting price to reach 20.37 first, and then back up to 21.45 for a potential long. But yeah, at the moment, that's the situation. And then obviously Bitcoin, we spoke about it. This was what we wanted. We wanted this liquidity grab over here, but it looks like it's struggling to obviously hold this level. It is struggling to hold this level. And yeah, I mean, obviously if the 15-minute closes above this level, I will take a long position. If you want to take a long at this level, this would be an ideal level to long. We need to see a closure above here though. Okay, and then you can put your stops below this level here. And you just target these highs. This would be a very nice setup. You target this high over here. So yeah, let's see. If it closes bullish in the next 3 minutes, then this would be a very, very nice setup. Yeah. Yeah, for me, I'd be waiting for this. So just wait 3 minutes, and if it closes like this, then it's good to take longs. And then obviously we long on Solana. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's much people in here, so I won't stay for that long. Because basically, I'm not really speaking to anyone. But yeah, this is the current situation. Let's see how this 5 closes. I mean, if yeah, you can see here it's still getting taken out over here. So it's important to see what's happening on this chart, because this is where all the orders are coming in. It looks like there's a lot more sellers at the moment, but it's still respecting this low. Okay, so as long as it respects this low at 28K, at 26,800, it's still valid to look for long setups. So I'm looking for this setup here. If you guys did join, I'm not in it, but I'll be looking for this. So in 2 minutes time, if it closes above this zone, I will take a long position. You put your stops below this wick here, and then take profit at 26,900 for a potential move of around about 0.43%. So you have to be waiting for this to actually happen. We will wait, and then obviously we in this setup here. I have been looking at some other moves, but at the moment it's more just those two setups. But yeah, this is a setup I'm going to take. So let's see how the next 1 minute closes. If it closes back above this level, then it would be a good indication. If not, it may come down. But let's have a look. If we bring the Fibonacci retracement on the 5 minutes, so you take it from the low, right? Take from the low to the high. This is where we're getting a bounce from, that 0.382 level. So as long as you hold this level over here, then it's okay, because that's why you put your stop loss below this level. So as long as it holds this zone, there's a possibility of it going up. But yeah, that is the situation. I won't be live for much longer because there's not a lot of people in here. But just put the setup in, and then obviously the Solana setup. As long as Solana stays above this level here, yeah, it has to bounce from the zone here. If it doesn't bounce from the zone, it's most probably going to come back down. Yeah, I'll take a setup over here, and stops below this level here. So you would have to target these highs at 26,900, and then put your stop loss below 26,744. Okay. Yeah. So this would be a setup that I would take. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Obviously, at the moment, we do need to be careful of the dollar index here. This is why we're seeing Bitcoin come down a bit. But I mean, I'm still bearish on this, right? This to me still looks bearish for the dollar. So that's obviously why I would only take longs, because I am bearish on the dollar, and that obviously signals that price is most likely going to see a bounce rather than price come down. But yeah, those are the two setups I'm in. Yeah. Let's see at this chart over here. You can see that price was still respecting this level. So that's why I was expecting a bounce from this zone. But if it doesn't bounce, if it breaks through this level here, it's most likely going to come down. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. There's not much else. Obviously, we spoke about the pizza day earlier. Yeah, I'm not gonna wait until the end of the stream to let this play out, because basically, when there's not a lot of volume, we can't really do anything. We have to wait for New York session, which is in 2 hours, and that's when we'll probably see price come up. So you might have to hold this trade for quite a while. So that's the current situation. If you guys do have any questions or anything about my channel, just put it in the description and put it in the chat, and then I can go over that. But if you don't have any questions, then yeah, we are only in 2 positions at the moment, but it's more just these 2. So I'll wait until this next 5-minute candle closes. And obviously, if it closes bullish, this would be a valid trade to take. And then you just have your stop loss below the 26,744 level, which is below the 0.382 zone. And then you take profit at 26,900 would be ideal. Okay. Yeah, so let's see how this plays out. Obviously, on the 15 minutes, let's have a look. This would be the 15-minute closure. Yeah, this looks beautiful. Yeah, so this is what I'll be looking at. Yeah, so at the moment, this is how I'm trading. So I am long. If you guys have just joined, this is pretty much what I'm looking at. And then obviously Solana, we are long. We're expecting a bounce from this trend line. So let's see here. I mean, we're waiting for this 15 minute to close, because if this 15-minute close is bullish, it's most probably gonna hold. Yeah, so you just put your stop loss below the previous wick, and that's also below the Fibonacci level. So essentially, if it loses this level, then price will come down, and then your trade would be invalid. So that's why you put stops below these certain levels, and then you just want to take profit at the highs. It's more of a short-term trade. I'm not going to be holding this trade for hours. I'll be holding this trade for the next, maybe 15 to 30 minutes, depending on the volume. But yeah, this is the setup, and then obviously this setup here for Solana. You can actually long now if you're looking at Solana, because it's still respecting this level, and you would be getting a very, very nice price to long. Let's see. So the 15 minutes is closing. Oh, just closed. Yeah. I mean, this looks good. Yeah. You guys have any things that you want me to go over, put it in the chat. If not, I might be calling in the stream. The reason why there's only a few people watching, normally I would be asking if people if they want to go over charts, but because there's only a couple people, I will call it. But essentially, if you did just join, this is what I will be taking, this level here. Yeah, I mean, as long as the 5-minute holds this trend line, it should be all good. So this is obviously what you need to watch out for. And then the 1-hour chart still coming down. Yeah, I mean, it does look more on the bearish side on the higher time frames, but on the 15 minutes, it's still holding this level here. Okay. So that's currently why I'm in this long position here. But I mean, that's why you have your stops, because if price takes out this low, I mean, it's most probably just going to carry on coming down. But yeah, I think I will call it, because essentially there's no volume, and but yeah, just keep your stops and your take profit. And thanks everyone for watching. Obviously there wasn't that many people,